Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Market Watch. Today is actually Friday, November 1st. Doing this on Friday because I actually have to work tomorrow. Very unfortunate for me. Please keep me in your thoughts. But hope everyone had a good Halloween. I didn't have too bad of a Halloween myself. Didn't do too much. Carved some pumpkins, but that's about it. It snowed here where I am at. It actually snowed and sleeted and rained all day. So not a lot of kids out trick-or-treating, but who cares? But one thing that you will care about is the giveaways. So for the past couple market watches, I've been doing a giveaway for one of these tokens from Rage of the Abyss, and a video finally hit the like goal for it. It was actually 10 likes, and you guys crushed it. You hit 15, so I went through the comments of each video we were doing the giveaway and picked out everyone who entered the giveaway, saying which token they wanted and leaving a comment and everything. So we have 6 people. Believe it or not, almost everyone wanted the Jaden token. I was a little surprised by that. I'm not the biggest GX fan, but apparently I have a lot of GX fans in the audience. So let's go ahead and give it a couple clicks here, and let's see who wins the giveaway. And Supreme Bald Man, you have won the giveaway. I'll be reaching out to you, and if they do not respond by the next Market Watch, then we'll just spin the wheel again. That's what we're gonna do. So let's go ahead and get on into today's Market Watch. Oh, we gotta cut that out. Okay, there we go. So first up, I want to cover this. Quarter Century Bonanza may or may not have been leaked a couple days ago, but the box breaks were today, so I can officially go over this. And these exceeded my expectations in a lot of ways, which is really good. So I'm just going to go through the set list here. So there's the main set, and there is the, I think, what do they call it? The Nostalgia set. So in the main set, this is actually pretty good. So the first page, we've got Dragoons, Teus, Neptibus, all great for the Mermail deck. Revealer and Elder are great for their respective decks. Punishment Dragon finally gets a reprint here. Hatsume and Kizaru were really expensive for the 6 Samurai deck, but now those are really, really cheap. All the Dragon Rulers are nice. Fabled Blurry is great. Dragon Dark is great. Protoss and the Nemesis cards are good. I'm hoping that because it gets a reprint, that means Protoss is going to get banned on the next list, but whatever. Abyss Shark finally getting a reprint. Lord of the Heavenly Prison. Great cards. Absolutely great cards. On the next page, oh my god, this is really good. Diabellstar, Schuberta, Colossus, Toad, the Orchist cards, Galatea, Dark the Dark Charmer, great card. SP Little Knight, Promethean Princess, Heat Wave, Summoning Curse, like tons of great cards. Now, I'm going to address this now. I know a lot of people are upset because this cratered the value of the tins. Basically, the only thing that was holding the tins up was the fact that this was the reprint for SP, a reprint for Diabell, and a reprint for some other cards that we'll see on this next page. Bonfire, Wanted, Thrust. And so the fact that they reprinted all of those cards again in Bonanza cratered the value. So anyone who had invested into the tins or cards from the tins lost a lot of money. I mean, I invested into Triple Tactics Thrust, and they went from about $30 a piece to about $12 to $15. So half the value in those cards are gone. That being said, I mean, I'm not going to say I'm happy, but in the long term, I think it will be better that we got these cards sooner. And on top of that, we also got reprints of really expected cards. Clockwork Knight, Branded Opening. Red Eye's Insight was like an $8 to $9 card. Madolce's Salon was, I think, still like $30 to $40. They hit the nail on the head for a lot of these cards. Now, there are some that I think we could have done without. I think we didn't need another Allure of Darkness reprint. I don't think we needed a reprint of Ancient Gear Howitzer. I definitely don't think we needed a reprint of Dragon Maid Lopar and Laundry. I thought we would have got reprints of all the Dragon Maids, but whatever. So that is the main set. Really good. The Nostalgia Pool, however, this is where I'm just on the edge of saying it's good. I think the main set is great, but the Nostalgia Pool, I don't think so. So first off, like we have a lot of good cards for Goat on this first page, right? Notably, we're missing cards like Trap Dust Shoot, like Royal Oppression for Edison. We're missing like those cards, but we do get reprints of a lot of good cards: Graceful Charity, Card of Safe Return. Let's see, any other banned cards on here? Not that I'm seeing. Heavy Storm, I guess, is a good reprint. It had plenty of printings. We are notably missing for Goat, which this is basically just all Goat cards. We're missing Metamorphosis, which I think is going to make a lot of people upset. On the next page, we have more Goat, but we get into Edison territory as well as like Reaper format. But we do have a lot of great cards here. Dimension Fusion is really big. That card got reprinted in the 25th anniversary, like reprints of Invasion of Chaos, but not since. Return from the Different Dimensions, really cool. Instant Fusion is nice, but we already had reprints of that. Future Fusion, same thing. On to the next page, we have a lot more of the Edison reprints, and there's, again, really good ones here. Stratos, Alias, the U-Bell, rank ups, Geyserist, Substitute, Judgment Dragon, Thunder King Ryo is a great reprint. So a lot of cards that we were need, like Fishborg. Fishborg has not gotten a reprint since its original printing, so it's great that we're getting them. But we are missing a couple cards. Like I said, notably things like Trap Dust Shoot and like we have Vanities, but we don't have Royal Oppression. That's kind of like the big issue. But again, I will probably be trying to pick up some secret rare gear frames and fortresses. I love Machina, so that's neat. But who was saying we needed a Fabled Raven like reprint? Not many. But that's all for that. Let's go ahead and get on to the actual cards. Let's go through them. Like always, the best selling of the week, Molchermi Furos is holding 130. Dumb's Impulse has crept down a little bit to about 65-70. Deception of the Sinful Spoils is still holding 40. Ulcanix dropped down and is back up to 15. Molchermi Borrelia is still holding around the $65-$70 mark. Fiendsmith Engraver, under $50. Can you believe it? I would not have predicted a world in which Fiendsmith the Engraver dropped below $50 before a reprint. Genuinely surprised. Primate Lordly Load, only about $8. This spiked up a lot because people were looking into that set, but we didn't see as much from it as we would have liked, I guess, so it's creeping back down. Heart of the Blue Eyes is still 10. Mimighoul Giant is 5. LZ's down to 25. Silverhead Rabbit still holding 20. Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon is about 3. Lacrima of the Crimson Tears is still about 5. Pydras are 12 to 15. Dominus Purge, not Impulse, but Purge is up to 17. It is climbing up. Abyss Shrine is still only $4. I'm surprised. I thought this would have climbed up with seeing like Mermail winning a regional, but whatever. Phantom U-Bell is down to 20, and Nightmare Throne is down to 15. Oh my goodness. You might want to pick these up now. That's all I'm saying. Emblem of Oath is 20. Stellar is 12. Millennium Monk is 10. Kizaru is still holding 36 for some reason, even though we had the reprint announced today, so it's a bit strange. And Raging Phoenix is still holding 35. I did want to show you guys this. I should have shown you it at the beginning, but I did have a pickup for you guys, and it is a very, very cool card. It's actually one of my favorite cards ever. So I was a big fan of the original series when it came out, and Joey was one of my favorite duelists, and one of my favorite duels from the original Duels Kingdom arc was the Joey versus Bandit Keith episode. And I managed to find a Premium Pack 1 Red Eyes Black Full Metal Dragon, or Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon, not Full Metal Dragon, Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. And this card is really cool looking at Secret. It is in actually pretty nice condition. I'm actually thinking about getting it graded. And I got it for a steal. I won't tell you how much I got it for, but I think a light play to near mint copy goes from anywhere between $40 and $60. So I got it for a steal, and I might end up getting that graded. So let's move on. So I wanted to look at Labyrinth cards. This is a deck that I think you should really consider as like an anti-meta pick. It is a deck that takes a lot to learn, but when you do learn it, it's totally worth it, and it is pretty cheap now. I mean, look at this, all right? So greens are $1. Ariana, the Labyrinth Servant, is only $1. You only need the green one. You maybe need one pink, if that. Arias, the Butler, the Labyrinth Butler, is about $5 to $8, a bit expensive, as well as Welcome Labyrinth is about $5 as well. But then the rest of the deck is like candy. I mean, you're looking at Chandragliers and Kuklocks for pennies. And then we're looking at Ladies and Lovelies. So Lady here, of course, A to Z. There we go. Professional Yuki tuber here. Whenever TCG player wants to, there we go. Stovies are 15. Field spells 15 cents. 15 cents for Stovey as well, not $15. Lady of the Silver Castle is $1. Lovely of the Silver Castle is the same price. Welcome Labyrinth is anywhere from is about $4. So you're going to need to spend around about $50 on this deck. It is not the most budget of budget decks, but it's a deck that can be very flexible. It doesn't lose to Shifter, it doesn't lose to Parelia, it doesn't lose to Furos, and it won't even lose to the new Grave and Banishment Mulch Army that we're getting in Supreme Darkness. If you guys are looking for a deck to pick up that just is a full anti-meta pick, I think Labyrinth is a good choice. I do want to take a look at Mimighouls. I think the hype has died down substantially, and now you can pick up the deck for almost nothing. Giant Mimighouls are $5. Mimighoul Dungeons are $6, but the rest of the deck, I mean, Mimighoul Throne's $1. The rest of the deck is like pennies. Master is $2. But look, Slime, Cerberus, Dragon, Fairy, Archfiend, Maker, they're all 25 cents. So you're looking at maybe, I think you need a Master, maybe 2 Throne, and 2 Giant, and then 3 Dungeons. So you're looking at like 15, 25, we'll say 30, $40 for the whole deck core. Splash in some cash tiers, and you have a good anti-meta deck. Obviously, the reason this deck is bad is because if you give your opponent a Mimighoul and they activate Dominus Impulse, the Mimighoul won't activate when it's flipped, so that's kind of bad. But it's still a fun anti-meta deck that will be getting support in the future, so I think we can look forward to that. I want to look at Bystials. A lot of people thought Bystials were going to be in Bonanza, and as we saw earlier, they're not. Druis Worm, Magnamut, Sorinir, Lubellion, Baldrake, they were not in Quarter Century Bonanza, and they are at a low price right now. I mean, 15 for Lubellions, going up to 20, and then Druis Worms being 10 to 15, Sorinirs being 3 to 5. I mean, these could go up really quickly considering they didn't get a reprint, and a lot of people expected it to. So if you want to play something like Dragon Link or Bystial Centurion or something like that, it might be the time to pick these up before they spike. I want to look at this card, Arms of Genex, Return 0. This card is crazy. I've been tinkering around with it in White Forest. It does need a Dark Tuner, so it's not perfectly generic, but it is a level 10, so a lot of the lines that make Baron can make this. And this card has been climbing up. It was 20 cents in mid-August. It shot up to $1 to $2. It is dropped down, but it's still climbing back up to the $1 to $2 mark. Not an expensive card by any means, but in like a couple of months, maybe 6 months, maybe a year at most, we could be looking at a $15 to $20 card. So if you don't have your Arms of Genex Return 0 now, pick it up. You can make it in Dragon Link. You can make it in White Forest. You can make it in probably any deck you want. There are dark synchro tuner monsters that you can climb into, so please consider this. I don't want you guys to be sitting there being like, dang, why did I not pick up my Arms of Genex Return 0 when it was $2 and now you can't play a deck without spending $50 on it. I wanted to look at Necroz while the train blares in the background. We could look at train cards if you really want, but we're not going to. Necroz, we saw reprints of, I'm actually going to pull it back up here, if you give me 1 second. So we saw reprints of Brionac, Trishula, Unicorn, and Valkyrius for the Necroz deck. So that is really good. That means that you're not going to have to pick up many of the Necroz. You might have to pick up Colossalus or Gungnir, or maybe a Red Dread Bear, or whatever that card is named. But the thing that you will probably want to pick up is the ritual spells, Kaleidoscope, Mirror, and Cycle. Those are not getting reprinted. So we are getting Necroz support in the next in a set coming soon. I forget which one it is. But yeah, you're gonna need to look to pick up. You won't need to pick up Trishulas or Unicorns or Valks or Brios right now, but everything else, Sophia, well, I don't think Sophia was ever played, but Colossalus, Gungnir, and the spells, if you guys want to pick up high rarity printings now, it's probably a good idea. Next, I want to look at a Vanquish Soul. I know we look at Vanquish Soul quite often, but this deck has plummeted in value yet again for all the cards that were reprinted. There are some that haven't. Mad Love is still holding a $10 price tag. Caesar Valius is holding anywhere from 5 to 10, and Pantera is holding 5 as well. But Rosin is $1. Borger is 50 cents. Let's see what else. I think it is Stake Your Soul. Stake Your Soul is the other card, and this is holding $1 price tag. If you guys like Vanquish Soul and you're like, oh well, maybe I'll pick it up because this Wild Survivors archetype hasn't gotten a support since it got Xiaolong, it's probably not a bad idea. Obviously, Mad Love and Pantera and Caesar Valius it kind of sucks to have to shell out for those, but it could be worse. They could be the original price of Caesar or Rosin being like 30 to 40, Borger being 10, stuff like that. So Vanquish Soul is on the down slope. And then finally, I want to look at Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace is a deck that is probably fully playable now for maybe, this is a hard maybe like $60, because Wanted, Bonfire, Diabell all got reprinted in Bonanza. You're looking at Hydrant is anywhere from $5 to $10. You only need one or two. You only need 2 of those. Turbulence is nothing. You need 1 of that. Impulse is nothing. Airlifter is only a 1 of. Preventer was a common. I mean, yeah, you're looking at maybe about $15 for the whole Rescue Ace core. Maybe another $15 for the Diabell Star core. And then I guess if you want to, you could play stuff like Azamina or other things. But this deck is cheap. It is topping regionals. And if you guys want a solid deck to play, this is probably it. So definitely look into that. I hope you guys did enjoy. That is going to be the end of the Market Watch for me today. Let me know how you guys are doing. Let me know if you guys had a good Halloween. But I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.